Donnie is convincing me. He's doing some hypnosis on me.
You can definitely be friends.
Oh, wow. There's some anti-hypnosis happening at the same time. It's counteracting.
Go the other direction.
Hello there. My name is Carlos, and this is Kingdoms, where all your nerdy dreams come true. In today's episode of Kingdoms and Friends, we have Andy from the Scrap Trawlers, and both of the Filthy Casuals, Donnie and Jen. Andy is one of the Scrap Trawlers. They make EDH gameplay videos with a focus on budget decks. Don't let a lower budget trick you into thinking lower power, as you'll see in our second game today. The Scrap Trawlers stream on Twitch every Sunday and put out a new video every Wednesday on YouTube. Check them across the socials at Scrap Trawlers. Our second and third guests are our first couple on the show, and they are Jen and Donnie. They call themselves the Filthy Casuals. Jen and Donnie are some of the nicest people you'll find in the MTG community. They bring an amazing vibe, and I hope they continue to share their great personalities with all of us. You can find them starring on many EDH shows, and they are starting their own Twitch show soon at Filthy MTG Casuals. I'm super pumped to welcome all the new patrons that we've got over the last few weeks. It's been really exciting in our Discord. I encourage you to check it out at patreon.com/KingdomsTV. For only $2 a month, you get access to our Discord, where you can play games with our other patrons. We have a monthly game night where you play with all of our crew. You can post your deck lists and get feedback from our crew, and a bunch more. And as always, if you're enjoying our content, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you actually see when our videos come out. With that, let's check out our commanders and our starting hands for Game 1. First, we have Jen, playing Tivash Gloom Summoner. Jen's deck looks to drain her opponents and then turn that life gain into big demons to close out the game. Her starting hand includes 2 swamps, Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, Basilica Screecher, Marauding Blight Priest, and Blood Tithe. Second, we have Donnie, playing Grist the Hunger Tide. This is an insect tribal deck looking to get tons of insects into play and use Aristocrat's effects to slowly eat away at his opponents. His starting hand includes a Forest, Swarmyard, Verdant Catacombs, Respite, Bastion of Remembrance, Recollect, and Mazarek Crawl Death Priest. Third, we have Andy playing Traxos, Scourge of Krog. Andy looks to smash face with a 7/7 commander with some artifact combos to end the game if needed. His starting hand includes a Wastes, Tectonic Edge, Urza's Saga, Voltaic Servant, Ashnod's Altar, Manescape Refractor, and a Spine of Ishsaw mulligan to the bottom. Fourth, I'm playing Kodama the East Tree and Jeska Thrice Reborn. This deck looks to cheat out the biggest creatures in the Gruul colors, and if that's not enough, it has some funky combos too. My starting hand includes Kessig Wolfrun, Prismatic Vista, Stomping Ground, Sol Ring, Garruk's Uprising, Phyrexian Altar, and Garruk Primal Hunter. Alright, let's play some Magic.
I will draw for turn. I am going to play a fancy swamp. I'm going to pass turn.
That is a very nice swamp.
Isn't it?
Play a forest and pass.
Draw for turn, and we'll play an Urza's Saga. Go ahead, Carlos.
Draw for turn. Here's the thing. I sort of had to take the second hand just because I got this card. Chan, chan, chan. I'm going to play a Prismatic Vista and crack that into a forest. I'll then cast Sol Ring. I don't have anything else though, so I'll pass.
I will draw for turn. I am going to play a swamp. We're going to tap 2 for a Basilica Screecher. Pass.
I will draw for turn. I will play a Bayou as my land for turn. 1 green, 1 other for a Nessian Hornbeetle. 2/2 at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And I will pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Put a counter on Urza's Saga. It can now make a construct. Land for turn will be a Tectonic Edge. Let's break out a Voltaic Servant. That is a 1/3, and at the beginning of my end step, I can untap target artifact. I'll be done.
Untap, draw. And then I'll tap for 3 and play Garrick's Uprising. This one gives all my dudes trample and then draws me cards when creatures with power 4 or greater come into play. I'm going to play Mosswort Bridge for this turn. And then I'm going to look at these top 4. So that way if I really have to, I can force the damage and play it next turn. And then I'll put these 3 on the bottom and I'll pass the turn.
Untap. I will draw for turn. How about an Orborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth? So everybody gets swamps. We'll go 2 for a Thought Vessel. I'm going to do something very out of character, and I'm going to attack the host. Carlos, I'm going to 2 for 1.
I'll take it.
No upkeep triggers, draw for turn. Let's go. Swarm Yard is our land for turn. We're going to go ahead and pay 3 for Grist.
The elephant in the room. Tell me about your board setup there, Donnie.
So I've been playing since like 95. Lands go to the left.
Is that how it was? Is that a real thing?
That's exactly how it was. That's how we played the game.
Okay.
Lands, for whatever reason, I just can't get into the lands on the bottom. It just...
Yeah.
Right.
The real hipster over there. Yeah, sweet.
We're going to go ahead and uptick Grist. So 4, we'll look at the top card. It's not a bug, but we get a bug. Then we are going to go to combat, and we're also going to take our pot shot at the host, too.
Wide open. Might as well.
2 damage coming at you. With that, I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, and draw. Urza Saga triggers, goes to 3. Search my library for an artifact card with mana cost 0 or 1, put it on the battlefield, and then shuffle. I'm going for the Mana Vault. Let's play a land for turn. Will be a Sanctum of Ugin. So whenever I cast a colorless spell with mana cost 7 or greater, I may sacrifice it and search my library for a colorless creature card. Let's pay 3 for a Manascape Refractor. Enters the battlefield tapped. Has all activated abilities of all lands on the battlefield. I may spend mana as or mana of any color to pay the activation cost. Then I'll pay 2 for a Tome of Legends.
Ooh,
that enters with a page counter on it. When my commander enters the battlefield or attacks, I put a page counter on it. I can pay 1, tap it, remove a page counter to draw a card. I will go to my end step, and I'll use my Voltaic Servant to untap the Mana Vault. Pass to Carlos.
I will untap, draw for turn, play the Stomping Grounds, shock it in. I'll play a Garrick Primal Hunter, and I'm going to make a Beastie. Pass turn.
So I'm going to untap and draw 3. We'll do 3 for a Marauding Blight Priest. Whenever I gain life, each opponent will lose a life. I will pay 1 for the Extort, and that means everyone will lose a life, and I gain life. Donnie, you don't have any flyers.
Do not.
I'm coming at you for 1 flyer.
Take the 1 in the air.
All right.
I'll play Verdant Catacombs, which counts as a swamp. I will pay 3 for a Bastion of Remembrance. That gets me a 1/1 like human. I will pay 1 black for a Village Rites, and I'll sacrifice that human, and everybody will lose 1, and I'll gain 1. And draw 2 cards. Then we're going to go ahead and uptick Grist. Top card. It's not a bug.
This is when things
we'll get another bug. And then with that, I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, and draw. I'm going to tap it for colorless. I'm going to pay 4 for my Traxos. 3 for Ashnod's Altar. I can sacrifice a creature to make 2 colorless mana. That will untap Traxos.
Yeah, that's
I
not
cast
good.
a historic spell. Then I will pass. End of my turn, I'll untap the Mana Vault.
Untap, draw a card. I'm going to play Exotic Orchard. Pay 6 for Kodama of the East Tree. If that is good, I will trigger Garrick's Uprising, drawing a card, and then I will -3 Garrick to draw 6 cards. I will discard end of turn a forest, another forest, and World Spine Worm, which will shuffle itself into my library, and I'll be done.
I will untap. I will draw for turn, but that's okay. I'll pay 1 for a Soul Ring. I will pay 3, 4, and 5 for my commander. He's lifelink, and then whenever I gain life, I tend to hold on to it instead of adding to my life total, and then I make a demon on my end step, which is the amount of life I gain that turn. I'm gonna go ahead and go around the table because I haven't attacked Andy, and he doesn't have any flying.
I am taking 1.
I pass. No life gain that turn.
Upkeep, no triggers. Draw for turn. We're going to start with Decking Grist.
A true grist.
Let's return the Wild Speaker. Not a bug. We'll get another bug. We're going to pay 3 for a Recollect. We will tap our last black to cast the rights, sacrifice another bug, Bastion trigger. Everyone lose 1. And then I'll draw 2 cards. Play a Path of Ancestry as my land for turn. I will pass.
Untap, upkeep, and draw. I'm going to tap this for colorless and tap the Tome of Legends to draw a card. Land for turn is a Ghost Quarter. I'm going to go to combat. Let's send Traxos over at Grist. 7/7 Trampler coming at your commander.
Andy, I'm going to discard a Beacon of Creation and I'll cast Force of Vigor and we'll blow up Traxos and we'll blow up your Mana Vault.
You said discard, but that card has to be exiled, right? The Force of Vigor?
Right, exile.
There's a Vidalcan Orrery. Pass the coin.
Untap. Draw. Let's play a Kessig Wolfrun as my land for turn. I'll make another beast. I will activate this Mosswort Bridge and get a Xenagos, God of Revels. Comes in, draws me a card from Garrick's Uprising.
Did you play anything for your Kodama trigger?
Oh my goodness, no. Xenagos trigger, we'll put in Phyrexian Altar. I will pay 5 mana, and I'm going to play Through the Breach. Through the Breach says I can put a creature card from my hand into the battlefield. It gains haste, and then I sack it at the beginning of my next end step. And then also has some arcane stuff, which doesn't matter. So, I'm going to put in a Frozen Cloud Scraper, which is a 10 mana, 13/13 creature.
Somebody's gonna die.
That'll trigger Kodama. I'll put in a Thunderfoot Baloth. So that is a 5/5 Trampler that says as long as I control a commander, all my creatures get +2/+2 and trample. This guy dies at the end of turn, but he's gonna do some damage first. Whoever I attack, just know I think you're the biggest threat, you know? So yeah, I mean, Donnie is convincing me. He's doing some hypnosis on me.
You can definitely be friends.
Oh, wow. There's some anti-hypnosis happening at the same time. It's counteracting.
The other direction.
There's Let Me Live that's independent of the other two that cancel each other out. So
maybe don't attack.
Yeah.
You think about that option?
I never even crossed my mind. Not even one time did it cross my mind. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go to combat. So I'm sending the Cloud Scraper. Jen, I think you're
the Xenagos trigger.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. This will trigger to Xenagos, so he becomes a 30/30 trample, and that's going at you, Jen. Kodama is an 8/8. Trample. He's going at Grist. And this beast, you have 1, 2, 3 protection for it. I guess it's worth it. If you want to save it that battle, I'll let you save it. So, and I guess just to spread things around a little bit, we'll have a 5/5 Trampler coming at you, Andy.
It's 30. So I'm going to go down to 11 if I don't block it. You know what? I'll go down to 11.
Yeah, I'll block everything. And Grist will go to 1, and then everybody loses 3, and I gain 3.
And I will take 5 from the boost.
Okay, so second main phase. I am going to lose this Cloud Scraper. Pass the turn.
I will untap, not as the greatest threat. I will draw a card. I will play a land. I will go ahead and pay 4 for a blood type. So each opponent's gonna lose 3 life and I'm gonna gain life equal to the life lost this way. The Marauding Blight Priest says whenever I gain life, each opponent loses a life. I'll pay 1 for the Extort, so I'm just going to gain 9. I'm gonna choose to gain that 9.
We lose 3 life from the spell. But that triggers the priest, so then there's 4 life lost. And then we use 1 from the extort, and then 1 from the priest from the extort, so 6 total life lost each.
I'm gonna pass the turn. That's all I got.
Alright, well.
This way I can say hi to
I will
Bobby.
untap, no upkeep triggers. I will draw for turn. Mortuary Mire comes into play tapped. I can put a creature card from my graveyard on top of my library. So I'll put the beetle to pick up there. Go figure. So up to Grist to 2. We know we're going to get 1. That's going to go to 3. Then we're going to get another one. That's an Aloran, not a bug.
Oof, Aloran.
I will pay 5 for Mazarek. With that, I shall pass.
Untap.
Yeah, leave your side of this.
Keep and draw. Tap the Tome of Legends, remove a page counter to draw a card. Land for turn is a waste.
Gosh, lands have feelings too.
Not that
What a
one.
waste. Purple Orb. So I'm going to go to my end step, and with the Servant, I will untap the Manascape Refractor. And I'll pass turn.
Let's untap. Just draw. So I'll make 2 colorless and a green and beast within that Torpor Orb. The only thing we can do is plus this Garrick, so let's get another beast. The token coming in, I'll put this mountain in, so I still have a land drop, although it probably won't matter because I don't have any more lands in hand. Alright, I'm going to cast Natural Order. So I sack a green creature. I'll sack the beast that came in this turn. I'll go get a green creature, put it into play. I'm going to get Old Gnawbone. That will trigger Kodama
Big
and
baby.
Garrick's Uprising. So I'll
Such a
draw
baby
first. And then I will get a Herberask into play. Okay, your creature's intertapped, and then all mine have haste.
Right.
I draw another card from Garrick's Uprising, and I think I'll go to combat. Yeah, let's choose Kodama. It's getting the plus. Send Kodama at Jen. We'll send Old Gnawbone at Andy. I guess we'll send the rest at Donnie. Oh, sorry. These will go at Donnie. These 2 beasts will go at Andy. So 2 5/5s are coming at you.
So I have a response. I want to pay 2 and I want to play Baleful Mastery on Kodama.
Yeah, at least you get to draw a
And
card.
then, no, an
Yeah.
opponent draws a
Oh,
card.
any opponent. Never mind.
We'll let Andy draw the card.
Hey.
And then what's the total amount of damage coming at me?
Total damage is 22.
I'll take 22.
And then just 2 3/3s, Andy.
I'll block one of them and take the other 3.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
get 25 treasures.
The beasts will trade.
Oh yeah, the other beast, yeah. Post-combat main phase, I'm going to pay 8 and cast Kodama and get a card from Garrick's Uprising. I'm going to cast War Storm Surge.
Worcestershire
sauce.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that one says, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. Triggering Kodama, I will put in a Savala. That will trigger Garrick's Uprising because I have a commander in play, and it is a 4/5. It'll also trigger Warstorm Surge. I'll do 4 damage to, I think it's Malzarek. How big's Malzarek?
Oh, you're not going to deal damage to faces?
Donnie, you're missing your Mazarek triggers because he's been sacrificing treasures.
Oh, how many treasures?
So Mazarek
Oh,
is
yeah,
quite a bit bigger than what
I've
you have.
sacked 14 treasures already, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I just gotta kill Donnie now. Yeah, we'll do 4 damage to your face, Donnie.
In the face.
Tap Selvala for 8 mana, which is haste. Put out a Woodfall Primus, which is an 8/8 right now. So I'll deal 8 damage to your face, Donnie. I'll draw from the Primus coming into play. I'm gonna play my land for turn. Forest, which will let me put this Cinderglade into play. So I will sack the Woodfall Primus to the Phyrexian Altar to get a mana and kill you off there, Donnie. I'm sorry.
No worries.
It'll be 7 damage this time, then I'll draw a card. And it has a token on it. It's a persisted. 7 treasures and 1 for Seki Season's Guide. Seki's Season's Guide comes into play with 8 +1/+1 counters on it. If damage would be dealt to Seki, prevent that damage, remove that many +1/+1 counters from Seki, and put that many 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens into play. Sacrifice 8 spirits, return Seki from your graveyard to play. So this will work a little interestingly because I have the Baloth out. So Seki comes into play as a 10/10. I'm going to do 10 damage to Seki. Deal 10 damage to itself, but that removes 8 counters from it, and then 8 1/1s come into play, and Seki dies. And then these 8 1/1s will do 8 damage to Jen. And then I will sacrifice them, holding priority, to bring Seki back into play, and then deal 10 damage to Seki, getting 8 1/1s.
Rinse and repeat.
And then I'll deal
there you
8
go.
damage
Big
to Jen. And then I'll do that a few more times for Andy.
Yep.
And then we both
GG.
Good game.
Don't be misled into thinking Gruul can only smash face. They have some weird combos too if they need to. For Game 2, Andy switched to Imoti, Celebrant of Bounty. This is one of the Scrap Trawlers' $50 budget decks that looks to cascade as often as possible, getting tons of big creatures and extra value along the way. Andy's starting hand includes an island, a forest, Galanra, Caller of Wirewood, Commit/Memory, Karametra's Acolyte, River's Rebuke, and Diluvian Primordial. Donnie switched to Kenrith the Returned King. This is a creatureless enchantment deck focusing on the shrine enchantments and other enchantment combos to win. Donnie's starting hand includes Field of the Dead, Westvale Abbey, Sanctum of Stone Fangs, Sterling Grove, Chromatic Lantern, Idyllic Tutor, and Sphere of Safety. I switched to Toshiro Umizawa. This deck looks to control the board until it can use some of the big equipments to pump up Toshiro or reanimate my opponent's best creatures to win the game. My starting hand includes 3 Swamps, Skeletal Scrying, Force of Despair, Greed, and Wretched Confluence. Jen switched to Eutropia the Twice Favored. This deck looks to play enchantments to pump up Eutropia and swing in for big flying commander damage. Jen's starting hand includes an island, a forest, wizard class, arcane denial, Argothian enchantress, with 2 cards mulligan to the bottom. Alright, let's check out Game 2.
Alright, well, good luck, everybody. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And kill Donnie first.
Yes.
Hey.
Alright.
Hey.
Let's do.
Hey, wait, I did that, right? I did that for you guys.
You fulfilled
definitely
the
did.
prophecy.
Speaking of time spiral, let's suspend this search for tomorrow. And Pester.
Alright. I will draw for turn. I will play an Orborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, and I will pass.
Draw a card, play Swamp, pass the turn.
I will draw for turn. I will play an island and tap said island for a wizard class. So I have no maximum hand size. That's all I got.
Untap upkeep. Take a counter off search for tomorrow. And I'll draw a card. We'll play island. Pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Westvale Abbey is my land for turn. Then I will pay 1 black and 1 other for a Sanctum of Stone Fangs. So at the beginning of my pre-combat main phase, each opponent loses X life and I gain X life, where X is the number of shrines I control. Pass turn.
Draw, Swamp, pass.
New hashtag, fulfill the prophecy. Like it. All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw for turn. We're going to go ahead. We're going to play a forest, pay 2, and we'll play an Argothian enchantress. We'll pass.
Untap upkeep. We'll do search for tomorrow. Let's get a forest. Shuffle up real quick here. Play an island. I'll pay 4 and play a Karametra's Acolyte. She taps for green mana equal to my devotion to green. And with that, I will pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. No triggers. Draw for turn. Go to pre-combat main. Everybody's going to take 1 and I will gain 1, or lose 1 and I'll gain 1. Then I'll play a Field of the Dead as my land for turn.
Interesting.
I'll pay 2 for a Lotus Blossom, and then I will pass turn.
Draw for turn, play a Swamp, just play Toshiro, pass turn.
I will untap. I will draw. I will play an island. That's going to give me 3. We're going to go ahead and we're going to play my commander. I will pass.
Untap upkeep and draw. Land for turn is a forest. And then I think I'll just go ahead and bring out Imoti. So Imoti has Cascade, and spells I cast with mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. Assuming that's all good, I'm going to Cascade down from 5. So divide by 0, return target spell or permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its owner's hand. We will bounce the shrine.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Untap. Upkeep. We'll put a counter. Draw for turn. We're just going to pay 3 for Chromatic Orrery and pass turn.
I will untap, draw a card, play another Swamp. So I will play Greed.
Greed's a good card.
And pass the turn.
I will untap. I will draw. We will tap my forest and we'll put a Wild Growth on it. So that's an enchantment. That's going to trigger Eutropia. I'm going to choose to put the +1/+1 counter on her, and she's going to gain flying till end of turn. Oh, and I draw. I am just going to not play any more cards. No. Listen to that.
I heard it.
You hear that?
Of course, Donnie does have 41 life. So yeah, honey, 3. Flying. Utopia. Commander damage. I will pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Cast Galanra, Color of Wirewood. Taps for a green. When I spend it to cast a card with 6 or greater, I draw a card. Tap this for 3 green, and I'll cast Spring. Search my library for basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Island. And I'm going to foretell this card here. And then I'll pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw, play an underground sea. I will tap that for red, that for blue, that for green, that for white, and the lantern. And I'll cast a Sanctum of All. And then I will pass turn.
I'll draw for turn. Play another swamp. I guess pass.
Untap, draw for turn. I will play an island for turn. I will pay 2 and 3 to up my wizard class, which is going to allow me to draw 2 cards. I'll just pass.
Tap, upkeep, and draw. Land for turn. Let's do 6, and I am actually going to cast Mind from my graveyard. So Cascade down from 6. Arcane Signet gets exiled, and I draw 2 cards. Oh, actually, I draw a card from Galanra as well, because I used it to cast a 6-mana spell. I'm going to cast Commit, put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library, second from the top. We're going to hit that Sanctum of All.
Yeah, you're our hero, Andy.
Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Tap the lantern for Soul Ring. So black. 1 other for the Sanctum of Stone Fangs. And then 1 white and 1 green for Sterling Grove. I will sacrifice that for 3, pay 2 other, and I'll play a Spirit of Safety. And then with that, I will pass turn.
Alright, I'm gonna draw some cards. Let's draw the first one, lose 2. Let's draw another card, lose 2. You are the threat, but I can't do anything about it.
I'm not a threat.
You are the threat.
I am not a threat.
We all know the truth.
You're right, you're not a threat, you're the threat. Draw.
Okay,
Alright, I'm taking 10. I'm drawing 2 more. I will untap, draw for turn, draw another land. Sure. Let's play a Felwar Stone. We'll go to discard, pass the turn.
Untap. We will draw. We will play a Novagen, Heart of Progress, as my land for turn. We'll pay 2 and a 3, and I will play a Flux Channeler. She'll allow me to proliferate for my non-creature spells. Doesn't trigger Utopia. I'm gonna pass the turn.
End of your turn, I'll cast my 4th cold card as a Behold the Multiverse. So I scry 2 and then draw 2. Leave them both there and then draw them. Untap, upkeep, draw. The land for turn is an island. I'm going to cast a Dawnglade Regent. Trigger on Galanra, I'll draw a card, and then Cascade trigger off of Imoti. We'll Cascade down from 7. I'll cast an Acidic Slime. Yeah, we'll hit Sterling Grove. Dawnglade Regent resolves, I become the Monarch. As long as I'm the Monarch, permanents I control have Hexproof. I will tap the Acolyte for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to cast Omen Machine. Players can't draw cards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. If it's a land card, the player puts it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, the player casts it without paying its mana cost, if able. Trigger Cascade.
We're gonna counter that.
Arcane Denial.
Denial.
Still Cascade.
I still get
first.
Cascade.
Yeah. You actually Cascade before it resolves, so.
Well, she could have done it while Cascade was on the stack. Alright, Rush of Knowledge. Draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among permanents I control.
With that on the stack, I am going to Force of Despair. So destroy all creatures that enter the battlefield this turn. So you'll draw 5 instead.
Whatever.
If it was any other creature except that hexproof guy, I wouldn't have done it.
I will use this green mana, pay 3 more, and I'll cast Arithmethes. I'm going to my end step.
You have to draw for Monarch.
We'll discard 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thankfully,
Go ahead, Dot.
Untap. Upkeep, no triggers, draw for turn, pre-combat name, Sanctum's gonna go off, everybody's gonna lose one, I'll gain one. I'll play a Reliquary Tower as my land for
You
turn.
lose one?
Oh, we get an Arcane Denial draw, right?
Yeah, you get to draw 2, I draw 1.
I'll pay 6 for a Shark Typhoon, and I'll pass turn.
The end of turn. Let me draw 1 card. Draw for turn. Play another swamp. Let's cast for 3 a Oblivion Stone. And I'll pass the turn.
Untap and draw. I'll play a Tropical Island as my land for turn. We're going to pay 1 to play a Rampant Growth, which will give me a Proliferate trigger. That's going to put a counter on Eutropia. I'm just going to go search for my land, and I'm going to pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Land for turn is a Castle Vantress. 7 for a Meteor Golem. Trigger Cascade. Down from 7. Double Major.
That's a good
So
one.
copy target creature spell I control. So copy the Meteor Golem spell. I'll target the Oblivion Stone.
Yeah, I gotta do it. Blow ball things.
Odie back to the command zone. The original Meteor Golem was still on the stack, so
Yeah,
that'll
that-
resolve now. 7 for an Annoyed Altasaur. Take off a counter from Ricksmithies, and I'll cascade down from 7 and get a Semi-Clock. After that, I will pass the turn.
Untap, draw, and pass.
What?
I only have black and blue, so I can't cast anything in my hand.
Oh, weird.
Carlos's fault.
Nope, it's Andy's fault.
It's Carlos's fault, man. He's such a jerk.
You
Took away
push
all
the
your
button.
mana.
Mutually assured destruction. Draw for turn.
Wait.
Play a land for turn.
Oh, we're updating the card.
There it is.
Oh, wow. What an honor. What an honor.
Right?
Go get him.
Yeah, I guess we just replay Mr. Bushido and pass.
Untap. I will draw. I will play a land. We'll pay 3 for propaganda. I will go ahead and tap out, replay my commander, and I will pass.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Land for turn is a Vine Glimmer Snarl. Enters tapped unless I reveal a forest or island from my hand. 7, I'll recast Imoti. Cascade down from 5. Augmenter, Pugilist. 3/3 trample. As long as I control 8 or more lands, it gets +5/+5. Ricksmithies is alive. I will pay 2. So Annoyed Altasaur can attack Jen. Ricksmithies will attack Donnie.
I'll take 12.
I'm just going to take the 6.
Pass to Donnie.
Alright, nothing to untap, no upkeep, pass turn.
Oh, no white mana? Oh, no. Draw for turn? I'll pass the turn.
All that land up.
Untap.
I gotta protect my family, you know?
Drawing a card. Playing an island. We're going to pay 1 for the Ozolith. I want to trigger Eutropia. So we're going to play a Lignify and
Ooh.
I'm going to put that on your commander, Andy.
Does that lose abilities?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Becomes a 0/4 tree foe. That's going to trigger her, so we're going to choose to put the +1/+1 counter on her, and she'll gain flying till end of turn. I'll pay 2 for a Solidarity of Heroes. I'm going to double the numbers. I'm going to come at you for 4.
You got it.
All right, I pass.
You become the monarch.
I become the monarch and draw at the end of my turn?
Yep.
I'm going to... Let's
Upkeep,
do it.
We're all about to
draw,
fuck.
forest. I'm going to Rivers Rebuke Gen. 6. I will cast Archetype of Imagination.
Yeah.
Trigger Cascade. Broken Counterpart. Create a token that's a copy of target non-frog creature, except it's a 1/1 green frog. I'll copy the Augmenter Pugilist. And then Archetype resolves. So now all my creatures have flying and none of yours do. Here's where we see what Carlos wants to kill. I go to combat. 12, 24, 32.
Somebody's gonna die.
A dog.
Let's and 32 at Jen.
All right. No, don't die yet,
Come on.
Jen. Don't die. I think I will kill 1 creature, and it will be a Ricksmithies. I will use Go for the Throat.
You got it. And that's only 20 damage. And I will yoink the Monarch back.
Sorry, I do trigger Toshiro. I'm targeting Force of Despair.
So then I will go to my end step and draw for Monarch.
Nothing to untap, no upkeep, pass.
End of turn, I will cast for 5 mana, Skeletal Scrying. I'll lose 5 life, and I'll exile 5 cards from my graveyard. It'll be these 3 Swamps, a Felwar Stone, and an Oblivion Stone, and I draw 5 cards. Draw for turn. Play a swamp as land for turn. I'll just play this Cold Steelheart. I'll name black creature cards in everyone's graveyard.
0.
An Enchantress and a Flux Channeler.
I got Dawnglade Regent, Acidic Slime, Karamech's Acolyte, Galanra, and Orix with these.
I will play Bestow a Night Howler on Toshiro. He gets +X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. And if Toshiro dies, the Night Howler falls off. I'm going to discard a Costly Plunder and pass turn.
I will untap. I will draw for turn. Let's play a forest. So I will play 3, replay my commander. Let's pay 2 and let's lignify Imoti. So that's going to give Eutropia the +1/+1. She'll gain flying till end of turn. I will pay 1 for the Ozolith. I will pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Land for turn will be an island. I'm going to cast Memory. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards.
I have a response. What's your biggest thing that you have, Andy?
This augments your pugilist.
Alright, I'm gonna Deadly Rollick your flying dude. So exiles it.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast it for free. I'm going to Slaughter Pact your 8/8 dude, trample.
It just destroys it?
Yeah, non-black creature, and then I will lose the game if I don't pay 3 mana on my next turn.
Who's got the land destruction?
Yeah. If you can kill 7 lands, you deserve to kill me. That creature being destroyed, I will target Deadly Rollick, and I'll cast Deadly Rollick for free, and exile your Altazar.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be all.
Then memory resolves. Everybody shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library and draw 7 cards. I'll go to combat. Let's send the Meteor Golem at Donnie and this 6/6 Trampler at Carlos.
I'll take the 3.
Sudden Spoiling. So, split second, end of turn, creatures target player control lose all abilities and have base power 0/2. And then I'll block the one coming my way.
Alright, Donnie, you get that life back. Yep.
Perfect. Even better.
And second main, I will cast In Search of Greatness. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may cast a permanent spell from my hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents I control. If I can't, I scry 1. Then I'll pass the turn.
Before the end of your turn, I'm going to pay 1 black for Vampiric Tutor. Okay, 2 life. That goes on top. Untap. Raw. I will play a Cascading Cataracts as my land for turn.
Did you draw from being the Monarch, Andy? Were you the Monarch?
I was the Monarch. I'll draw.
Pay 5 to tap the Cataracts. I'll play a Circuitous Route.
There you go.
2 lands and then pass turn.
Untap, and then I'll tap 3 to not die, and draw for turn. Play a Swamp as land for turn. I'm going to play his namesake, Umezawa's Jit. When it deals combat damage, it gets 2 charge counters. Those charge counters can be used to give it +2/+2, give any other creature -1/-1, or gain 2 life. And I'll attempt to equip it to Toshiro. He's gonna go at Andy for just 2 damage.
Yeah, I'll block.
2 charge counters. Mine is a 3/3. So just so you know, Bushido will trigger, so you'll take 3. Second main phase, I will play a Milliken. Taps to add a mana and mill a card. I'll pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw, play a forest. So 1 and a green, and we'll play the Argothian Enchantress. 2 green and 1 other. We'll play Verduran Enchantress. Do you guys mind if I retap instead?
Sure.
Because I didn't need all that green. I only needed 3. Okay, so that for the 2 enchantresses, I will pay 1 green and 2 others for an Ancestral Mask.
That's
We'll
problem.
put an Ancestral Mask on Eutropia. It's going to come into play. I'm going to draw 2 cards. One, it's going to trigger Eutropia, so it's going to give her the +1, give her flying till end of turn. So she's going to get +2/+2 for each other enchantment in play. Are there any other enchantments in play?
Night Howler is an enchantment.
So 2, 3, so she's a 10/10. Just pay 3 for an Invigorating Surge. And we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on creature I control and then double the number of +1/+1 counters. Andy, you do have the most life. So I'm going to swing at you for 14 commander damage.
Could you not?
I mean, it'd be nice to get the Monarch, and you still have that, so I'd like to take it too.
Yeah, you got it.
And then I will go to my end step, and I will draw a card because what? I'm the Monarch. I'm done. I will pass.
In your end step, I'm going to sacrifice the locket to draw 2 cards. Untap. Upkeep. In Search of Greatness triggers. My biggest permanent is 7, so I am going to cast a Maelstrom Colossus. So I'll cascade down from 8. Angren Pathcutter. When it attacks, attacking creatures gain trample until end of turn. I will draw for turn. Go to combat. I'm going to send Meteor Golem at you, Jen.
I'm going to go ahead and take 3.
Alright, second main. I'll cast a Brutalizer X Arc. So choose one, search my library for a creature card, reveal it, put it on top, and shuffle, or put target non-creature permanent on the bottom of its owner's library. I'm going to do the Ancestral Mask. Pass the turn.
Untap. No upkeep. Draw for turn. No.
Oh, shoot. I took the Monarch back.
What?
Yeah.
I took the Monarch back because I hit you for 3.
So there's 5 to tap that for Wooberg, and we'll tap that for a 6th mana for Sunbird's Invocation. I don't have any mana to do anything else, so I'll pass turn.
End of turn, I'm going to cycle a Desert of the Glorified. Draw. Untap. Draw for turn. Play another swamp. You want to let me get the Monarch, Andy? Huh? For free? Yeah. Okay, this is worth asking.
Well, hey, if I let you get in with your commander, will you kill Utopia for me?
I will if it's about to kill you. Or me. Right?
Only then?
Well,
You're
like
not gonna
if,
do
if,
it.
she-
You won't
if
do
she
it right now. You gotta wait until she attacks with it.
well, like if she attacks Donnie, then we're okay with that, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I'm not going to.
Oh, she's not going to, she said.
Yeah, all right.
I will before.
Go ahead and send your commander in.
Well, if you
I
won't
won't
block
block.
Toshiro, then I will kill.
Oh,
I will kill the commander before it kills you.
Okay.
Not like forever, but like for one turn cycle. I'll probably kill her this turn cycle, but
I'm altering the deal.
no, just like I'm not
No, I
gonna
got
say
you.
she
Yeah.
never can kill you with it, but
Right. Yeah.
all right. Toshiro's coming on over. Then it's just 2 damage, and I get 2 counters on the Jit, and I'm the Monarch for the first time this game. I actually think I don't play anything, and I pass the turn, drawing a card as the Monarch.
I will untap, and I will draw. I will play an island. I will pay 3 for a Broken Fall. Broken Fall is an enchantment that allows me to return it to my hand to regenerate target creature. That's going to put a +1/+1 on Utopia, and she's going to gain flying till end of turn. I'm going to pay 3, and we'll play an Estrad's Invocation, which will become a copy of the Broken Fall. That drew me 4 cards. Paid 3 for a Jian Yangu Wildcrafter. I'm going to -1 him and put a +1/+1 counter on Utopia.
Kill Donnie.
No.
Who said that? Did you hear that?
I'm going to swing Utopia at Andy for 10.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I'm a man of my word, at least attempt to. I will pay 1, pay 2, I will mill 1, and 3 and 4. So mill a card. It's a war room. I'm going to do 3 for Silence the Believers. I'm striving it once. So exiles. Ha 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 ha.
Don't like it.
I am targeting also the Maelstrom Colossus.
Hey, that's
Hey,
mine.
we're still opponents, all right? Like that's a big guy. So
I can't do anything.
That's
I was able to fulfill my bargain. That's all I was caring about right there.
Stab me in the back at the same time.
In the front, just in the
Remember-
front.
Oh, but her +1/+1 counters go to the Ozolith.
They do. Yeah, I couldn't stop that.
Got anything else, Jen?
No, unfortunately, sadness is returned. And
I'm going to use my Castle of Interest to scry 2. Untap. Upkeep. In Search of Greatness. My biggest permanent is 7. So I will cast an Endrace Forerunners.
Is that
Big.
trample?
Yes.
Yep.
Are you?
I'm killing Jen.
What? That's okay.
No, I'm just saying, I already saved your life one time, Jen, okay?
Apparently I'm a threat. I'll take it.
You are the threat. You almost killed me again last turn.
I know!
So 7/7 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When they enter the battlefield, other creatures I control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn.
It's pretty
Draw
sweet.
for turn. Let's do Thornwood Falls and gain a life. Going to combat. Imoti and Meteor Golem are going at Donnie, and these three are going at Jen.
How big
So
are
Donnie, you've got 5
Wait.
+2 here, so you got 7 coming at you.
I got 7. Yeah, but the trample and end race.
Oh.
Yeah. And race forerunners gave it +2/+2.
Gotcha.
All right, I will take the 7.
And how much is coming to me?
18.
I die.
Did you block, Jen?
No, I did not block.
Just say you blocked. Just say you blocked.
Oh yeah, I know how this works. I did not block.
Oh, wow. You don't want me to hurt Andy? Come on.
Actually, that is extremely tough. 2 creatures died that turn.
Yeah, okay. Toshiro's targeting, silence the believers, and sudden spoiling.
Hashtag kill Andy next. There you go, guys.
I'm gonna flashback sudden spoiling. So all your creatures lose their abilities this turn, Andy.
Then I guess I go to my end step.
I will untap.
All right, Donnie, come back and win. We're all predicting it.
No upkeep triggers, draw for turn. I'll play Cabal Coffers, my land.
Oh,
for turn.
come on.
So the first thing that happens is I give a zombie. Tap the coffers for 9. 5 of that. 1 white for Merciless Eviction, choosing creatures.
But, is that exile?
Oh.
Yes, exile all creatures.
Okay, I have a response. I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to play Merciless Resolve. At an additional cost to cast Merciless Resolve, sack a creature or land. I'm going to sacrifice a Milliken. So a creature is in the graveyard. So when Toshiro dies, Night Howler will be a 1/1. Yes. I'll then draw 2 cards. And then no more responses. Toshiro will be dead the second time.
Since I cast Merciless Eviction, there's a Sunbird trigger. So we're going to grab the Spirit of Safety. I'm just going to go with 2. I'm just going to use that 4 and 1 other to tap the Cascading Cataracts for Wooburg. And then I'll use 1 green and 2 others for Sanctum of Fruitful Harvests. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add X mana of any 1 color where X is the number of shrines you control. I still have 3 mana. I'll use my last 3 mana for Basalt Monolith. Before I do that, I have a cast trigger. I'm gonna whip off the Sunbirds for the Sanctum.
Pigs aren't.
Then I'll cast the Monolith. I'll get another 3. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else here, so I will pass turns.
Untap all these swamps, draw Cabal Coffers. Nope. I'll play a swamp for a land for turn. I will equip Night Howler. With him is always Jit. I'll attack 1 damage at Andy. Get 2 more counters on Jit. And second main, we'll play Kirik, Son of Yawgmoth. I will play Greed again.
I'm going to scry 2 in response.
I think I will pay 2 life to play Greed. Get a counter on Yawgmoth. I played a black spell. Go to my end step. Draw for Monarch. And pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep. I don't have anything for 3. And I already know what's on top because I already scried. So I'll draw that. Forest. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to cast Bury in Books.
What was
Put
that?
target creature into its owner's library, second from the top. We'll target Kirik.
Come on.
Ah, come
Come
on.
on.
Come on.
Yeah, alright, I'll pay 4 life to draw a card.
I'll pay 6 for Belltwine. Exile target instant or sorcery card from my graveyard, and target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. Copy those cards, cast the copies if able without paying their mana cost. Bury in Books is my target from my graveyard.
I have exile a creature and sack something. I don't think you have to just draw 2. So you could draw 2 or exile a creature.
I'm going to do Vampiric Tutor.
Or you can Vampiric Tutor. That seems better.
So I'll lose 2 life. Bury in Books is going to target Night Howler, obviously. That'll go on top of my library. Then I'll be done.
Untap, no upkeep triggers, draw for turn. Tap the Monolith to float 3. We're going to use 1 to tap the Signet for 2. We're going to use
Killed Bobby
That 2 to
Christine.
cast another signet.
You have Sunbird's triggers.
Alright, we're just gonna take the Sanctum of Stone Fangs. That one's gonna hit.
Don't you have to look at both the top two though?
I have to look at the top two. That one goes to the bottom. That's fine. I don't need the lantern now. One of the 2 colorless to tap the signet for 2 to tap the coffers for 9 black.
Right?
I'm gonna use 1 white and 4 of the black to cast Kenrith. I'm going to use my last 5 black to tap Cataracts for 5 blue. I'm gonna use 1 blue and 3 others to draw a card.
What have we done, Andy? What have we done? If only we could have set aside our hate.
I blame Jen. She kept trying to kill me.
I mean, I probably would have killed Andy, but I wasn't a threat.
So that means there's still 4 here.
You were a threat to me.
I'm gonna use 2 of these. 2 of these.
That's why I saved you one time, you know?
One
2 of
time.
those for white. I'll use this one.
Everybody
And
gets one.
1 more
right.
for the Sigil of Empty Throne.
Oh, shoot.
Sigil trigger off of the Sunbirds. Door to Nothingness comes into play. Yeah, I will draw 1 more card off of Kenrith. Then I will pass turn.
I'll draw a card into turn, lose 2 life, draw Night Howler for card for turn. So I'll pay 2 life in the black, draw Keurig. I'll pay 4 and 6 life.
Oof.
I mean, I'm gonna die to a door, so who cares about life, you know?
Die to a door.
I'm torn.
And die to a door.
Do I hit Andy?
I'm waiting for you.
I will play a Wayfarer's Bauble. I'll equip Keurig and pass the turn. Draw for the Monarch.
Alright, Andy, you're up.
I got much. Draw, land, 9.
That's a lot of...
Cascade down from 5.
Nice. Unless
He's
you...
got it.
No.
Regardless.
No, he doesn't. Because he only doors one person.
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
It's probably gonna be Andy.
Oh, don't do it, Andy. Okay, whatever.
Cascade down from 6.
Yep.
Peruga. I will draw for each other permanent I control, so I'll draw 2.
Once that resolves, Omen Machine's still on the stack. I'll pop the Wayfarer's Bauble. I'll get a Swamp. Draw a card.
I
Lose
love
2. Alright, that's all.
Omen Machine resolves. Players can't draw. At the beginning of each player's draw step, the player exiles their top card. If it's a land, you put it into play. Otherwise, you cast it.
Yep.
For free. Pass the turn.
At end of turn, I'm gonna Doomblade Kenrith.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, no draw, exile the top card. It's a mana confluence, so it just comes into play. I get a zombie. Pre-combat named Sanctum triggers. I'm gonna get 2 blue. The other Sanctum triggers, everybody loses 2. I gain 2.
I'm gonna gain 2 from the Jit.
I'm going to tap those 2 to tap the copper. So we've got 10 black. We'll use 2 of that black to tap the signet for a blue and a red, other signet for a black and a red. I'll use 5 black to tap the cataracts for 5, getting the balance, and tap the door and sacrifice it, and Andy loses the game.
No, Andy.
Can't believe you picked me.
Showing Andy the door right there. 2 blue, I'll use those 2 others for an enchanted evening. All permanents become enchantments in addition to their other types. That gets me an angel, and then I have a Sunbird's trigger, so it's 5. I think we're just gonna get the signet. Oh, I can tap the mana confluence, pay a life for a white for a land tax, and that gets me a second angel. And then there's a Sunbird's trigger, which does nothing because I can't, but it still gets that off the top. And it costs you 7 to attack me, and I will pass the turn.
End of turn, I'll Victim of the Night a Angel for 1 tap. Oh, that gives me another counter. Draw for turn. Let's go ahead and play a Morbid Opportunist. I will destroy your other angel with Poison the Cup. And then I draw a card from Morbid Opportunist. Alright, I'll play a Swamp as land for turn. I'll put Night Howler on Keurig. I will pass the turn, draw for the Monarch.
Untap, no upkeeps, draw for turn. Pre-combat name, you lose 2, I gain 2.
I'll just gain 2 from the JIT, so I don't have to click that button.
I am going to fetch 3 basics. So we go land. That gets a second zombie. I'll go ahead and reveal it. It's a painful quandary. Pay 1 to tap the signet, to tap the
You get another angel, yeah. And you get a sunbirds, right?
Yep. So we'll tap the coffers. It's 11 now.
No, but I need you to kill me. I don't want to just give up. Sorry, I do have a response to the painful quandary. So it's being cast. You resolved the invocation. Before it's in play, I'm going to kill a zombie with Infernal Grasp. And I'll gain 2 life with JIT to counteract the life loss. I draw a card from Morbid Opportunist.
So that goes down to 6. I get another angel. So there's 2. 2 others for a Leyline of Anticipation. Second angel. We've got another. We're going to cast the tutor. So I'm going to tap all the way out. Puts 11 in the pool. 1 white and 6 others for Kenneth. And then that leaves me just enough to draw 1 card. Yeah, with that, I can't do anything else faster.
Draw for turn. I'll play a Witch's Cottage. I'm going to choose to not put a creature on top. I think I pass. Draw from the Monarch.
Untap. Pre-combat main. Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest will give me 4 mana. Sanctum of Stone Fangs will do 4 damage.
Yeah, I'm just going to gain 6, and that'll be the last of the life gain. So gain 6, go to 9, lose 4, go to 5.
Play a land for turn, get another zombie. Tap that, tap the coffers for 12 this time. We're just going to go ahead and draw 4 cards. I will pay 1 red. All creatures will get trample and haste. Tap that and tap that to tap that. Give me 4.
So much time.
There'll be the 5th one, so we can tap the cataracts for 5 green. I'll just do 5 green. I've got 5 others. We'll give each angel +2/+2. We'll give one of the zombies +1/+1, and we'll swing out with them.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Saw that coming.
I just wanted to do it. I'd never get to cast it, you know?
Pay 5 lifers, discard a card.
I'll discard Thrilling Encore because it does nothing against you.
Pass turn.
End of turn. 15 mana plus 12. Delve. So delve for 12 and 15 mana with Empty the Pits. X is 15 plus 12 is 27. So I guess I don't delve one thing. So I think I get 13 zombies. I'll untap, discard a card to that. It'll be a Moonlight Bargain. I draw a card. I will greed for 2. Oh, I don't exile it. I just draw. And for 1 more, I'll Bajuka Bog your graveyard. And yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
All right, good game.
I've been in too many games to count where the person that's out of the game because they haven't got mana or they just don't have any relevant plays are able to come back and win. So don't count yourself out just because you have a slow start. Another big thank you to Andy, Jen, and Donnie for coming on the show today. I had a blast playing with them. Go check out their content and make sure to follow them across all the socials too. If you're enjoying our content, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. You can also like this video, subscribe, and you can also consider becoming a patron. Find out more at patreon.com/KingdomsTV. I want to give a special shout out to our Samurai patrons, David Siraj, Morton Christensen, Jordan Ritchie, and Revolution Gaming. You guys are the pillars of Kingdoms. And with that, thanks so much for watching and keep it nerdy.